Hey team, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to go over a whole series of throws from the Russian 2-on-1 grip break. So for this we need to start in your collar tie position. So that'll be one person with their hand around the neck, the other person mimicking the same position. So Jaden's got his hand on my forearm, I've got my hands on his forearm. And what we're going to do is we're going to look on how to break off the grip. So from here, I take the hand off that's around my partner's neck. I put it on my partner's forearm. And then I start to step around the corner. And as I step around the corner, I use my shoulder to bump my partner's shoulder to remove the grip. So I have a pulling motion and a pushing motion. So I go here, step, bump. And once I've bumped the position off, I'm trying to keep my partner's wrist attached to my hip, and I'm trying to keep my shoulder attached to my partner's shoulder. So whether you actually use this hand or whether you just use shoulder pressure for this, then that's entirely up to you. So we'll show again a little bit closer so you can see our hand position. So you've got your collar tie position, your hips are back. Your hand that's around the neck goes to the inside of your partner's forearm. You start to step, so my leg is stepping next to my partner's leg. You bump your shoulder and you straighten the arm as you do it. So we'll do a little bit faster. So this is good exercise just to practice over and over anyway, just to get off this, this collar tie. So I go here. So I'm stepping around behind my partner while I'm controlling the arms. So if your partner doesn't do anything from this position, you can simply just slide across and look to take the back. So in general, what's going to happen is your partner will step behind you. So we have our collar tie position again. I look to get the grip break, so the Russian 2-on-1. And so if my partner doesn't do anything, I take his back. So this is why I know that my partner's generally going to step behind. Right? So once they step behind, I'm going to start creating shoulder pressure down into the ground, but towards his outside foot. So I want to actually start moving him towards this outside foot. As I do this, I'm going to step in with my outside foot, and I'm going to start to look to kick up under the leg. Right? So this is going to be like a Russian 2-on-1 to Uchimata. Right, so I drive because I want to load up this far leg to make this leg light. I drive, I step, and I start to look to lift up. So as I do this, I start looking to the opposite direction to start circling and getting my partner to the ground. So if your partner bases out with their outside hand, this is when you can look for the ankle pick at the same time. So we do the same one. I get the Russian 2-on-1. He steps behind. I start to load up. I start to kick. I start to circle. As he puts his hand to the ground, this is when I'm going to reach and start to look to pick the ankle. Okay, so I'll do that one just a little bit quicker. So you won't be able to reach the ankle until they start putting their hand on the ground. Once they put their hand on the ground, they'll stop hopping. And that's when their ankle becomes stationary because they're balancing like this. So this ankle, the ankle that's left on the ground is the one you're going to pick. So I go here, he steps behind, I step in, I start to drive, he places, and I pick the ankle. So that's your Russian 2-on-1 to Uchimata plus the ankle pick. Okay, so the next one is a common reaction with the Russian 2-on-1, which is the person explodes and they stand up. So when they stand up, okay, I'm going to time it to shoot in for a double leg, but you're picking the far ankle. They come in, they pop up. So when they pop up, they're focused on standing up. I want to stay nice and low. My knee that's on the back drives through, and I reach to pick the far leg. So I go here, pick and drive forward. So I want to bring both their ankles together, and I want to drive them over their foot. So we'll do a little bit faster again. I come here, they drive up, I drive in, and I look to go for my double ankle pick. So the next one we're going to do is based off the same principle where my partner pops up, but this time I'm going to shoot in for fireman's carry. So I get my partner's grip off, okay, they pop up. As they pop up, I keep hold of I keep hold of their bicep, okay, and I start to look to get my head underneath their armpit. So from this angle, I get the Russian 2-on-1. As they come up, I get my head underneath their armpit and try to hold on to this arm as tight as you can. Right from here, we're going to collapse the leg and we're going to throw over our shoulder. I've actually got another video on this, which I'll chuck the link to, which is the fireman's carry in the gi. This will go over the same details, but just with a different setup in the gi. So keep hold of your partner's elbow, because this is what helps keep their posture broken. And you're going to point your finger towards your knee. I do this just to teach people the angle that they need to go on, because some people collapse backwards and then their partner collapses on their head and they don't end up in the right position. So you're going to collapse your leg, point, but obviously you don't need to point. This helps me direct my partner to the right position, and then you can start chasing your partner up. So we'll do that one more time, just a little bit faster. So I'll go here, snap off the grip, and then look for the fireman's throw. Okay, for the last one, it's going to be exactly the same setup where the person lifts up to try to escape the position. So we start with our collar tie. I look to get the Russian 2-on-1. As they pop up, I'm going to force their hand to their belly. So I'm trying to get their thumb into their belly, and I'm going to bump the back of their leg. So sort of like an Elvis knee. So as you come up, we go here. We push and we bump to try to get our partner to the ground. So this takes timing, of course. You have to time it as they're coming up to push to off balance them and then try to cut out the knee. So we'll go here, rip this off as they posture up. We look to bump the knee. So those are a few options from your Russian 2-on-1. Some of the common things that people do, whether they're stepping in front, whether they're stepping behind, whether they stay down low, whether they place their hand out, or whether they pop up. There's a few different options for you there. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing. Hit the notifications button to get notified of our new releases. Thanks.